Okay, so as I begin, I would just like for all of you to just think for just a minute. I'm going to give you a situation. So, if the situation occurred and you found out that you were pregnant, you're going to be scared. You're going to be nervous. You're going to be worried that you can't take care of the child. Maybe that you can't provide the child with everything it needs. There are many stressful things, worrisome things that come with finding out that you're pregnant. Especially if you weren't expecting it, if it's your first child, if it's never happened to you before. I mean, it can just be scary. But all these thoughts, all these bad effects, these effects it could have on your life, abortion should not be an option. Abortion shouldn't be an option because abortion is murder. You're taking the life of an innocent child. Many people don't think about it, but abortion can damage the mother just as bad as it damages the child. And, to solve this problem from the beginning, you don't put yourself in that situation. Don't have sex knowing what it can cause if you know that you're just going to kill the child. It's your choice. And it's their choice, these people that have had abortions. It was their choice to have sex, knowing that pregnancy is a very possible result. And they do it anyway, and then they just say, oh, I can just have an abortion. So, abortion is basically murder. You're taking the life of an innocent child. This child has not been born. It has not been here to do anything wrong, and it should have the right to live just like anyone else does. The mother should not be able to have that choice to just say, oh, it's not going to live. I'm not going to give this child life. And a lot of people say, oh, it's not murder because it's not a human being. It's until it's born, But according to the Act, Unborn Victims of Violence, an unborn baby is considered a human being. Therefore, it should be considered murder. And like I said, the consequences, the effects on the mother. No, people don't think about that. At the time, they're not thinking about the future. They're thinking, I want to get rid of this child. I can't take care of this child. I don't need it. I need to have an abortion. But when you're considering these things, people need to think about all the effects it can have on the mother. Once you have an abortion, you may never be able to have a child again. Your chances of having a miscarriage increase tremendously. So you have an abortion and then you think, oh, 2 years later, I'm ready for this. I can have a child, and you try and you may have a miscarriage. Or your fertility decreases majorly. So maybe you can't even get pregnant again. And many people don't think about that. They just think about having the abortion, it's going to be over with, and they don't think about the future, what they may want in the future. They may want a child again in the future. So keep the one that you've got when you have the opportunity to have it. And, like I said, start from the beginning. Don't put yourself in the situation. All these people have sex knowing that, pregnancy happens, that's all it happens from. And everyone knows. When they start to do that, they know that pregnancy is a possible result. And if they choose to do that knowing the results, then they should have to keep the child. I don't think they should just have the right to say, well, I messed up, but I'm going to take it out on this child and not give it the right to live. If they choose to do it anyway, then, that's on them. So I'm going to show you a picture. This is a child after an abortion. This is what this little innocent baby looks like. It couldn't do anything. It's done nothing wrong. And just because its mother maybe was scared, didn't want to have it, thought she couldn't do it, this is what happens. This makes me sick. This innocent child didn't get to live. its mother just got to choose that it should be killed. It should be killed in a way like this, in a way where its body parts were ripped off of it, put through this much pain that it could feel, just because the mother chose she didn't want it, or thought she couldn't do it, or was too scared, when she put herself in that situation, knowing what the possibilities were. So, with all that being said, abortion should be illegal. You're murdering an innocent child if you have an abortion. People don't take into consideration the consequences. A mother can be greatly affected by having an abortion. And it was their choice to have sex knowing that they could become pregnant. So, my stance is, let's make abortion illegal.